So hello and welcome to all the viewers. So as we know that this is nothing but the continuation of our first part in which we discuss about nozzle shell junction finite element analysis using HyperMesh as well as ANSYS parametric design language. Okay, so basically we are creating the whole analysis deck in HyperMesh, that is pre-processing part, and then we will going to solve that model in a ANSYS Classic. Okay, so if you remember we had discussed about how to create element type real constant materials, like how to define the materials, how to create entity sets, how to apply nozzle forces, internal pressure like load collectors, and then how to define the load step from the respective load collector. So this much part we already covered in a first part of this series. So request you to all please go through that and let me know your comments if you have any issues with that. Okay, now let's discuss the another part, that is like how to define control cards which will be needed for post processing. Then you can see like how to export the file from ANSYS, and then we will cover the ANSYS learning part, like how to read HM solver file, how to solve the model, and then we will interpret the different results. Okay, now let's start the video. So as we know that if you remember, our last step is we created a nozzle load step. So let's go to the load steps. So let's select that nozzle loads. Okay, if you see, like we selected all three load collectors like internal pressure, forces and fixed support. So internal pressure is applied through the complete faces. The compensating pressure you will find on this face as well as on this face, and this constraint you will find on this respective face. Okay, select edit. So like when you will going to edit, you will find that there are different further commands, like if you have any acceleration for that respective load step, you can define from here, or if you want to define the time step, you can define from here. Like if you want the static structural any analysis step, you can define from here. Then if you have any out stress, like if you want to some output results, so you can extract from here reactions and all these things. Okay, we will do that with the help of control cards. So let's go to the next step, that is defining the control cards. So go to analysis, then click on the control cards. So here you will find the control cards. So basically these control cards are used to ask the results from this analysis decks. Okay, so it will going to change as per your user preference. So right now our user profile is ANSYS, so if you change the different user preference, as per that it will going to change. It will also have like global stress and all these things. Okay, now let's define the AND type, so like static, and let's define the pre-solve. So if you want some reactions and all that, let's keep no need of that. This non-linear zone if you want to keep on, then DF, I think this much is not required. Out stress is if you want to have some, that is also not needed. So basically you will only need like solution type, and here post processing part. Here also if you want to define the item label and all that. So this is not actually required, but I just wanted you to go through that just to create the different control cards. Suppose if you want to delete the control cards, just select that and disable. You can disable or you can delete. Okay, like from here. So these are the disable, enable or disable tabs are there. So I think what we will need, let's let's proceed as it is, and if we got some error, then we will come to this and we will solve for this respective. I think this is acceleration. All these remaining cards are not required. So AND type, solution, RSY, let's keep this. I think that is not required. Let's go now the next step. So this is all about your control cards. Okay, now these tools are already know. Then this is the post processing part which is not required right now. So this is all about our hypermesh deck creation. So what we did, we first created a component, then we created the entity sets from here, right, different entity sets, and then we applied the pressure review if you want to review, then we applied the forces. Okay, so these are the steps we followed, and then we also created the element type table. You can see like these are the element type. Then we created the real set table. Okay, then we assign that to the respective component table. So you can see like element type and real constants are assigned to the respective table. So that is all about our analysis deck. Now the next step is to how to save this or how to export. So you, for that you just need to click on a file, export, click on a solver deck. Once you will click on a solver deck, it will ask for your, so right, go to APDL, and here if you want you can write nozzle shell junction and just write HM file. Okay, and if you write 1 2 like that you can write, and here you will find the format for ANSYS, that is CDB. So save. Once you will save, you will find the name over here. Just need to export, no need to keep all these other options, just keep as it is by default and then export. Okay, so right now our export part will going to over, or HM part will going to over. Suppose if you have any error encounter, that will going to came right now when you are exporting the file. Okay, but right now we didn't face any error or any, so that's why we can say that our file is up to the mark. So now let's go to the next task, that is the how to read the HM file in ANSYS and then solve that. So let's go to the ANSYS. So I already opened that respective file, so you just need to change the directory. Okay, here you can cancel file, change directory, and here you can define your respective directory, right, and then go to the file, read input file. So here you will find that whatever the file which we write in hypermesh, you will find over here nozzle shell junction hm_1.cdb. so you just need to write OK, and suppose if is there any error, so you will find over here while reading the file. So don't bother about the warnings. Okay, now if you see that our analysis model is open, so let's write all us e plot. Okay, now if you see that our model is visible in ANSYS Classic. Now in order to see whether loads are applied or not, so let's go to plot control symbols, and here you can see all applied BCs. Okay, so now you can see that deformation is there, then forces are there, then constant equations are there. What about pressure? So basically we applied on an element, so it will not show. So for that, just to confirm, loads, surface, body on all elements. Let's check for the properties, loads, surface, body loads on nodes. It's not there. Let's loads, surface on nodes. So now you can see like here, so basically it got reflected this on element, and for that element you have this much nodes, and you will find that 8 megapascal is acting. So let's check whether we have compensating pressure also came or not. So you can see here also compensating pressure is available. Okay, minus 4.5. And let's check our another, that is 89 point something is there. So it is, let's make it more bigger. the file is quite bigger because we applied on the all the. I think I am able to see that 89 is also came into picture. See here. Okay, right? So it means that the loads are applied correctly. So we have displacement, we have compensating pressure, we have internal pressure, we have forces. This is all about your HM deck. So there is no need to apply further here. So let's check whether elements came into HM file. So you can see like solid 45, mass 21. Let's check real constant came or not. Okay, so you will find that edit all the two real constants. Let's check the material properties are present or not. So let's check density 7850. Okay, your Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. So all the real constant element as well as material which we created in HM, that is carried in a ANSYS file. So now our deck is ready. So you just need to simply go to solve and then use the current load step. Then simply click on OK and then let it be solved. So now if you see that our simulation is performed, so now let's do the next step, that is reading the results. So let's go to general post processing and here you can read result by peak. So read that respective load step result, then close. Then in order to see the stresses and deformation, let's click on a plot results, counter plot, nodal solution, and here you will find that different outputs like DOF, basically the deformation in XYZ, displacement vector sum, that is total deformation. Then you will have stresses. Okay, now let's check the total deformation. Okay, now let's see here the total deformation is like 0.79 or you can say 0.8 megapascal, 0.8 mm. So from here mx, as we know that we had applied a forces over here, so that's why it is deflecting on that side. Now if you want to check deform with undeformed shape, so apply. Okay, so you can see here like deform with undeformed shape, and if you set the respective coordinates, so you can refer this respective. Okay, so now you can see like how it is deforming from the original shape. So that is all about our deformation. Let's go to, and here just keep deform shape only, true scale. Okay, now let's check the stress values. So stresses, 1 mass stress. Okay, now you can say that maximum stress are developed at the junctions as expected, and it is up to 673 megapascal. So you just refer our another video, that is how we created a stress linearization with the help of stress line classification. So you just need to refer that video to extract the stresses, membrane and bending across the thickness. Okay, so plot results is here, it is detailed summary if you want, and this is what the path operation, here you can define path by nodes just to create the stress linearization. Okay, you just need to use these different path options. Now let's check the reactions, whether reactions are okay or not. List results, and here you will find that reaction solutions. So you can extract the reactions like whatever the reactions like X, Y or Z. So let's click on the all items and apply. Okay, so you can see like these are the different reaction on different nodes, and let's go to the summary. So here you will find that our x-axis reactions, that is 7500, which is matching with our results. even 12,500, which is also for approximately 12,478, which is also matching with our XYZ, and Z is increased like 1.1.11 e raised to 7. So that is not matching because it is nothing but the summation of your applied, that is 15,000 plus the reactions. So the Z axis is nothing but the reactions here due to the compensating force. So when you will just cross check the internal pressure into force, you will the force is nothing but pressure per unit area. So basically you just need to apply to get the force with the area. Okay, so you will get that compensating force value plus your applied Z value 1500. So it will definitely match with the Z axis reactions. So it means that our all reactions are matching like X, Y, Z with respect to our applied force. It means that, or it predicts like our model is up to the mark. So there is no issue with the model because our reactions are matching. So that's it guys. So what we decided at the beginning of the video, we covered all that topic. So like we created the whole deck in HyperMesh, and now we solve that respective deck without applying any forces or any loads in a ANSYS. We just carried that analysis deck in a analysis deck from the HyperMesh in a ANSYS, and we solve that whole model. Okay, so that's it guys. So basically this kind of you will find there are most of the industries where using this combination like HyperMesh as well as ANSYS Classic. So in HyperMesh, if you have multiple nozzle, like for a complete vessel, you can create that all the decks in HyperMesh, and you just need to read that file in a ANSYS and then solve. So this combination also works very well in most of the industries. Okay, nowadays you will find there are different combinations with the HyperMesh like HyperMesh ANSYS Classic, HyperMesh Radios, HyperMesh Abacus. So mostly the preprocessor which is most widely used is HyperMesh. So that's it guys for this present video. Let me know your comments. I'll be there to help you. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.